Hi, everybody. My name is Tara. I'm a compulsive overeater, and I weigh and measure 3 meals a day off the gray sheet. I commit them to my sponsor. I don't eat between meals no matter what, and abstinence gives me a kick-ass life today. And my husband's trying to get the lighting right, so we apologize. It's that funky time of year when it's still light at 7 o'clock, and so um, I love this meeting. I don't get to it enough because I get to live a rich, full life today because I put 4.0, 8.0, 16.0 on a scale, and my meals come to an end, and then I can show up and live the rest of my life. And I had forgotten that I had committed to this qualification tonight and had made plans with friends, and I went to cancel with them. And I'll tell you, the gift today is that they were like, well, wait a minute, how can we make this happen? Like, that's huge. People want to work to be with me. So I am going to be leaving the meeting pretty much after my qualification. And that's so huge. So I found a picture. I was tearing apart my kitchen trying to find my kid's birth certificate. I swear to God, she's mine. I swear to God, she's 15. I swear to God, she's eligible for driver's ed on Monday, but I don't know proof. Anyway, but in doing so, I found a great, there's not a lot of pictures of me during my pregnancy with my second child, our second child, and in the hell that came after. But we do have this one. It's from that thing. So this is my husband and I in 2000. I'm going to guess that's 2007. Is there a date on it? It's 2008. There we go. So that's 2008. My high weight was about, the last I saw was over 220. And I came to Gray Sheet 2 months after that. And at the time, I had been subscribing and unsubscribing to the Greynet. And over the years, I got introduced to Gray Sheet in 1997, when I first found Overeaters Anonymous. And I found that after being sober in AA for 6 years. And when I got sober, they said, make a list and your life will be blown away. And my list, I was 22 when I got sober. I wanted a full-time teaching job, a boyfriend, and a new car. Aim big. And they were life goals at 22. And skip ahead, it's now 1997. We are living together. I'm teaching. I've been teaching for a few years. And the brand new Corolla was parked outside. And I wanted to slit my wrist. I really did. I was in a lot of pain, and I didn't know why. And God sent, my higher power sent a messenger that brought me to Overeaters Anonymous. It was the 90-day version, which is very different from most people's experience in OA. There was a food plan. It was very prescribed. It was very rigid, except that you didn't weigh and measure without exception. You know, if you were going to an event or something, or a restaurant, you did not have to weigh and measure. And actually, they encouraged you not to weigh and measure. And it also included grains, and it included not so much flour, but grains and starches. That's the word I wanted. And after I started OA, Joe introduced me to someone from his AA community, a woman named Susie H., who was from the Gray Sheet community over on Harvard Street, and we became friends, and we talked a lot about food, and we talked a lot about food addiction, and we talked a lot about recovery. And I would go to Gray Sheet meetings once in a while, and I was like, if she was qualifying, and I always wondered why she didn't call on me too. Because they were OA meetings, but they were OA Gray Sheet meetings, which was different. And I didn't get that. I didn't get it until I got it. And I got it in 2002. Our oldest daughter had turned 1. I got OA at first, and then it stopped working. I couldn't get more than like 18 months together, and it would stop working. And, you know, I had some OA friends, and we would go out, and we would not weigh and measure in restaurants. And man, did we have fun those nights. And when I got pregnant, when he got me pregnant, I don't know how to say that. When we were pregnant with our first daughter, I had, yeah, I had a lot of anxiety, ton of anxiety. I had seen a spiritual teacher during my recovery who had thought that I shouldn't have children, I would screw them up in me. And while I prescribed to that for a while, then I didn't. And now I'm pregnant and we're having a baby, and I'm freaking the hell out because, I just could not get it together. So she turned 1. I hit another bottom with food. I mean, I don't want to get into it too much because I want to talk more about like what my life is like today. But I hit a bottom with food, and I called Susie, and I'm like, Susie, I need help. And I started going to all the Cambridge meetings, the Watertown meetings, the hospital meeting. We're originally from Boston. We live in Maine now. And but you know, I never got the message of pray, plan, and protect no matter what. And I was working at a job that I had a lot of flexibility. As a teacher, you don't normally have flexibility, but this was an office position kind of. And I got to work one day and didn't have my weighed and measured food. And I didn't have my lunch. And I just said, screw it. Like, why didn't I just go to the store and get a scale? Because it was a cafeteria. I don't know. Other than I know I had to take every bite I took to get me to where I am today. I was writing my story, and that's what I know today. But I'm sitting there and I go, what the hell did I do? My will not regret the past, no wish to shut the door on it moment was then to come the next week when I was running the Disney Marathon with Susie. I met Marathon Mary down there, but I was eating my way through Disney World before the race. And if you've ever trained for one of those events, they tell you what not to do the days before the race is to change what you're eating. I'm eating my way through the parks, all of them. And then I start to run that race, and I'm in every porta potty along 26.2 miles. I probably added 35 to 40 minutes to my time. Never mind the pain. And, you know, I say that because I got back to Gray Sheet, like I said, in 2008, a couple of months after that picture was taken. And I've had a few day ones since then, but I have not put anything in my mouth since May 31st of 2008 that wasn't on the Gray Sheet, because I remembered what happened to my stomach during that race. And I knew that even though I got to go back to day 1 tomorrow, you can't put anything into this system. You are lost if you do. And by the grace of God, I have not done that. And March 14th of this year, I celebrated 5 years of back-to-back GreySheet abstinence. And it has been an incredible journey. You know, it's not, nothing has gone the way Tara planned. I like to say, you know, when man planned, God giggles. And when Tara plans, he says, hold my, because nothing has gone the way I planned. Yet when I qualify and when I identify, I have a kick-ass life today. I truly do. I have a husband who loves me more than anyone on this planet. And I've said that 100 times. You know, people who know me know that no one loves me like Joe Travis loves me. And that's the God's honest truth. We have 2 beautiful girls. Their life is not easy, any easier than any other 19 and 15-year-old, COVID or no COVID. You know, my heart breaks sometimes for the pain they have to go through and the way that this thing has just screwed with their lives. And at the same time, I really believe that all of this is happening for a really big reason. And I'm trying to hold on to the, you know, this doesn't have to be the worst thing that ever happened to us. This can be our finest hour. But that finest hour is hard. It's hard. And, you know, today was the last day of school. Boom. I I put the nail in that one for this year. And you know, I had some amazing moments with most of my students. I had two that never showed up after March 13th. And, you know, they have a higher power and I'm not it. And, you know, in this program, I've weighed and measured at funerals. I've weighed and measured at weddings. Um, I've weighed and measured getting my master's degree while my sister is dying, raising two kids. I've weighed and measured while my husband ate himself. And I've weighed and measured when he didn't, you know, and it's just been so amazing, you know. I want to thank everyone who does service on a Zoom meeting, because I found these Zoom meetings, I don't know, about 4 years ago, and it has changed my recovery in a way that I never anticipated. You know, I've done live AA and some phone meetings, you know, the phone bridge on the way to work type thing, but found it really hard to navigate and uncomfortable when I'm trying to like unmute or whatever and talk. And I found the Western States meetings that were Sunday night and Tuesday nights. And I could see somebody like nod their head when I talked about something. And like, oh my God, they get me. You know, I've always felt, I grew up feeling like a square peg trying to fit in a round hole. And whether I finally found square pegs or round or square holes, I don't know. I don't care. But I know that like you're my people, you know, I know that like a couple of weeks ago, I don't know, I think it might have been this meeting. We were on a meeting together and I'm like, okay, Joey, when all this stuff is over, first we're going there and then we're going to go see her. And then we're going to get in the car, you know, and we got places to go and people to see. And we have a beautiful life to live today. And, you know, not to tell his story, but I'm going to just tell the part of this, you know, a year or so ago, we got in a ball game about something. And I looked at him and I said, look it, dude, I'm worried about you physically. I'm worried about you spiritually. And I'm worried about you mentally. And I got nothing I can do about it. And within a couple of months, he woke up one day and asked for a weighed and measured meal. And I'll tell you, like, I'm pissed at myself that I didn't tell him years before that I was worried about that, but he was right in his story, you know. I had to eat every bite I ate to get myself here today. I had to do it. Thank you, Matthew. Because there's no going back for me. There's not that there's no going back. There's no denying that I'm a compulsive overeater. There is no denying that there is one house left on the block. It's Gray Sheet, and it's a freaking mansion. I had an amazing breakfast. I had a good lunch, and I had an awesome dinner today. And they were all, you know, 4.0 and all that stuff, and they were yummy. And then I could like put on a bathing suit after school got out today and go to the beach. And I didn't have to worry about does it fit. I could take off my cover up and not be like, you know. I'm going to see my mom and dad tomorrow again. I've been going down every 2 weeks since she got out of the hospital. She was on a COVID floor Easter weekend. And, you know, I can go and do service today. I can be a daughter. I can be a wife. I can be a mother. I can be a friend. I can just be too. And that kind of blows me away. So thank you so much, Matthew, for timing. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And thanks for saving my life. I don't eat no matter what.